Hello and welcome to Proverb Minutes. So often in life it is hard to gain approval of our peers and others and find respect for one another. We only need to look around the world and see all the wars that are ongoing and the turmoil in the cities and capitals across the land, to where we can see that approval is more often the rarity than acceptance of one another. So let's examine here what God would have us to be to him in 2 Timothy 2:15. Be diligent to present yourself approved to God, a worker who does not need to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. So what we have here is, the approval of men. It can be positive or negative. I mean, a thief can be in agreement with another thief if they're breaking into a house, and the world has turned into a den of thieves. Just look at the inflation and the prices of things and the gouging of the public across the world. Most of the populations in the world are living in desperate poverty, and it's hard to find approval of leadership or merchants of any kind. Certainly the bombing in Beirut was a heinous act of negligence. But when we look deeper in our hearts, no matter where we are or what country we live in, we want to be approved by God. And to be approved by God, we have to be that worker that's not ashamed. Let's just look at this and see here. We need to present ourselves to God because He is going to be, watching each and every one of us. He counts our hairs. And we should not be ashamed of studying the Word of God and trying to find out what it means in relation to us and our actions. And that's where dividing the Word comes into play, is that we can see and ask our hearts, what would Jesus do? What is it that God would have if He was here, and His actions in taking care of one another and trying to uplift the souls that we encounter around us, and even praying for those that are, in countries that are not aligned with possibly our thoughts, but in fact, we media-wise present them as our enemies. And the good word does say, pray for your enemies, free yourself from their bondage. Because when we reduce to hating those that hate us, how better are we than them? So let's go out and help someone today. Thanks for coming to Proverb Minutes. Let's help somebody. Help a stranger at the store. Say hi, wave to somebody on the street, even if you're driving by in the car, because it uplifts that smile in the heart. Thanks for coming. We'll see you on the next ride.